Yo, what is going on, guys? We are, whoa, holy brightness. We're off to pick up a dirt bike. We are pulling up to the house right now that has the bike for sale. Hopefully all goes well. We'll get with you in a second. And boom, there she is. The Apollo 110. They were asking $600 for this, and I talked them all the way down to $400. It's got a few things wrong with it, nothing like serious. Alright, so I'm gonna clean this thing real good before I put it in the garage and start tearing it apart to fix some parts on it. So I figured I would give you guys a little bit of a before and after. Just like that, we're clean. Give you guys a little overview now. It looks 100% better. Alright, we got the seat off and the plastics and the tank off. Some time has passed. I haven't really been recording much, but I figured I would catch you guys up. I haven't really done much, just a lot of little small things. Got all this wiring taped up and zip tied out of the way. It's not a mess anymore, and it's not laying on the carburetor. I'm going to order a new carburetor anyways because it's so cheap. And I'm going to order a new throttle tube because this one sticks a little bit. New front brake lever because this is all jigged with a hair tie to get it to keep it back so it doesn't, you know, go the other way. New grips, some new tires. Oh, and this, check this out. So this is my exhaust. Yeah, about that. I'm gonna have to take this exhaust off tomorrow and grind all this beginner weld down and JB weld down and see what I'm working with. I might be able to just clamp it back together and then exhaust wrap over all of it. So we'll see how that works. Alright, so I moved over to the tank and I actually looked this tank up. I couldn't find it by doing a Google search, couldn't find it on Amazon or eBay, so I decided to clean it real good. I found this model number. It took me to the Apollo website, and they do have the plastic version of this tank on their website, but they're out of stock. So this tank was actually cracked right here where this tab is, and they had like a pound of JB Weld caked on this whole area. So I went ahead and took a hammer and chisel and chiseled all the JB Weld away, and then took a wire wheel and cleaned it up real well, and I'm gonna see if I can't have this welded tomorrow. I'm actually a certified welder, but I don't have 220 in this garage and we're just renting this house, so that's the verdict on that. I'm going to, there's a guy down the street who does welding out of his garage. I'll take it by to him tomorrow and see if he can't TIG weld it up. Got the exhaust off the bike, started working on that. This thing was an absolute mess. Now I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do, how I'm gonna get these two back attached in a clean way. I was just going to stick it in there a little bit like that and then take it to that dude and have him weld it, but this is mild steel and this is aluminum, so that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna have to find some kind of like coupler that fits on here that I can bolt onto this and then slide this into the coupler and attach it that way. We got the spoke covers, we got the new grips, and I do believe this is the front brake. Also, just got back from Lowe's, picked up some JB Weld, got some metal screws, got some pieces and flanges to try to make this exhaust work, and some pipe tape. I guess I will work on getting these spoke covers on. Here's a little before. Hey, perfect timing, my carburetor's here. Alright, so we only got one box. That box is poly bags for my eBay business. This box, though, is the carburetor kit for the bike. Now, I did order a new carburetor already for it, and here it is, actually. This is the new one that I ordered a few days ago, and this is the old one. And I didn't really think that there would be much of a difference. I just figured, you know, all small dirt bike, pit bike carburetors, Chinese brand, are the same. Well, I was wrong. This is the carburetor that came on it, and if you notice, the choke's on this side, and this is the carburetor that I bought, and if you notice, the choke's on this side. And here's why it doesn't work. If you go to bolt it up, the choke is hitting on the frame rail. So pretty sure I only paid like 25 bucks for this, and this is the carburetor, the 90-degree elbow, all the gaskets, new fuel filter, everything. So let me get a knife and get this open. Check it out, we even got a new filter. Too bad it's not blue. We got the new elbow, and here is the carb. There she is, the right carb. Alright, let me catch you guys up here. We got the rear spoke skins on, front spoke skins on. Look really good. We got the new grips on, new Pro Taper grips. Also got the new front brake on. I gotta run up to AutoZone and get some brake fluid. We got the new carburetor on, all the fuel lines ran. Now I just gotta finish up the gas tank and get that installed. So I got the exhaust finished. Here is the outcome. So on the header pipe, I ended up taking that threaded fitting and grinding down the threads on one side. It was a super snug fit, so I pounded it down into the pipe, and then I had that guy tack 4 tacks on it. Wasn't really worried about him doing a full weld all the way around the pipe because he was kind of in a hurry and it was getting late, and I'm also going to be wrapping this exhaust, so you won't even see any of this. I'll be wrapping over it. So that's that end. Then on the exhaust, I ended up getting this floor flange, and I just had some gasket material that I traced out and made a gasket for it. Got 4 bolts and screwed it into the muffler. And yes, one did break off. I was using the impact. But it's super solid, and once I get this part of the exhaust wrapped, I'll be able to get it mounted up on the bike, and then the exhaust will basically just thread on. And there she is, all wrapped up. Turned out super nice. I love the way wrap looks on an exhaust. And as you can see on this end, I wrapped over the weld like I was saying, left about a 1/2 inch of threads on the end for the exhaust and that flange to screw on. But now I'm gonna go ahead and hit the exhaust wrap with some high temp silicone coating. We got the exhaust mounted up, looks good. Now you can actually pick the bike up from the exhaust. Everything's nice and tight. Little update on the tank. I took it to that guy to weld it. There was a few spots that he blew through, so he had to go back over and weld it again. And after he got it all ground down, it did have a few small leaks still. He welded on it and messed with it for a good 1.5 to 2 hours and still couldn't get it. It just kept leak after leak after leak popping up. He got it welded to the best he could, and there was like one tiny, very slow leak. And so I just went ahead and JB welded all over the whole thing. I'm gonna shoot the tank with some black paint, and then we'll be able to reinstall. Alright guys, it's a new day. I came out here this morning, put the tank on, put fuel in it, started it, and everything runs good and whatnot, but it needs a new donut gasket. I went to 2 or 3 different auto parts stores, and none of them really carry a universal, so I had to order one on Amazon, so that'll be here tomorrow. And also, I bled this rear brake for probably a good hour yesterday, and still nothing. It doesn't build up pressure, and it doesn't stop the back wheel. So I went ahead and ordered a new brake caliper and reservoir. Voila. Check it out. It's gonna look super good. Tires should be here in like a day or 2, so I went ahead and got the rims off and got the old tires dismounted. We got new tires and tubes in, so I'm gonna work on getting these tires installed on the rims, and then start getting this thing back together. Alright, got the tires on, and I just got back from the gas station and aired them up. We're ready to mount these guys back up. And it's a new day. We got new exhaust studs and nuts and the thing we've been waiting on, the donut gasket. You know what that means? It's time to get this exhaust installed. Alright guys, so I figured I'd give you a little update. The bike does run. It smokes. It smokes white bluish, white bluish smoke is burning oil. It can't be coolant because this bike is air cooled, so it's got to be burning oil, which means oil is surpassing the rings and getting up into the combustion chamber, aka the cylinder. So I went ahead and ordered a new piston and rings, which surprisingly was only $8 on Amazon. And I also ordered a new head because it was only 40 bucks. And I'd rather just start fresh with new valves, new cam, all that, new top end. So hopefully that fixes all the problems. Then the bike will pretty much be brand new. I'm still not that much into it. I only paid $400 for the bike, and I'm $250 now. And 2 parts for it, and that includes everything. Alright guys, so I'm actually going to wrap it up here. I was going to make it all into one video, but I want to break it up. I'll upload this one as like a 110 Pitbike makeover video, and then when I receive the new head and piston in the mail, I'll upload another video on how to replace the top end on a 110 Pitbike. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you're into this kind of content. Also, as soon as this thing is running, I'm going to be doing some trail riding. There's a few abandoned gravel pits around where I live, and load this thing up and take it out there, strap on the GoPro, and do a few riding videos. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Till next time, peace out guys.